In 2022, AT&T cut its dividend nearly in half. Investors who bought it for the 7% yield lost their income and their capital in the same week. But here's the strange part. The boring 2% yielders? They quietly made people rich. There's an old trap in investing. It looks like income. It feels like safety. And it's destroyed more retirements than any market crash. I'm talking about chasing dividend yield over dividend growth. After 50 years of watching this play out, I can tell you, most investors get this completely backwards. By the end of this video, you'll understand the difference between price and value when it comes to dividends. And the third lesson about Buffett's Coca-Cola check, that's the one that'll change how you see income forever. Let's start with what happened to AT&T. For nearly a decade, the stock paid a dividend yield above 6%. Sometimes touching 7.5%. Income investors loved it. Retirees loaded up. But here's what they missed. A high yield isn't a gift. It's a warning. The yield was high because the stock was falling. Year after year. The business was bleeding cash. Loaded with debt from the Time Warner acquisition. Then in February 2022, the dividend was cut from $2.08 per share, down to $1.11. A 46% reduction. Investors didn't just lose income. They lost capital. The stock dropped further. Many sold at the bottom. This is what we call the yield trap. When a stock yields significantly more than its peers, say 8% when the sector averages 3%, Mr. Market is telling you something. He's saying, this dividend probably isn't safe. Listen to him. General Electric, Kinder Morgan, Frontier Communications. Same story. High yields. Then crushing cuts. But here's where it gets really interesting. Now let's flip the script. In 2003, Microsoft started paying a dividend. 8 cents per share, quarterly. The yield? Less than 1%. Most income investors ignored it. Big mistake. Today, Microsoft pays around 83 cents per share quarterly. That's a tenfold increase in roughly 22 years. If you bought Microsoft in 2003 at around $25 a share, your yield on cost today is over 13%. And the stock? It's up more than 15-fold. This is the magic of dividend growth. The starting yield is small. But the math compounds in your favor. A 2% yield growing at 10% a year, in 20 years becomes a 13% yield on your original cost. Without you doing anything. Apple is another example. Started paying dividends in 2012. The yield was modest. But the company has raised the dividend nearly every year since. Combined with massive share buybacks, patient shareholders have been rewarded enormously. So why do most investors get this wrong? Because 7% today feels better than 2% today. It's psychology. It's impatience. We discount the future and overweight the present. But the patient investor knows, time is the friend of the wonderful business. And nothing demonstrates that better than the lesson Buffett taught us with one company. In 1988, Warren Buffett spent $1.02 billion buying Coca-Cola stock. The dividend yield at the time was around 3.3%. Hardly thrilling. Today, Berkshire Hathaway owns 400 million shares of Coca-Cola. The stock is worth around $25 billion. But here's the part that matters most for our lesson. Coca-Cola has raised its dividend for 62 consecutive years. 62. Through recessions. Through wars. Through pandemics. Berkshire's annual dividend income from Coca-Cola alone is now around $776 million per year. On an original investment of $1.02 billion. That's a yield on cost approaching 75% every single year. Let that sink in. 3/4 of his original investment returned to him as cash every year. Forever. And the stock has compounded on top of that. Buffett didn't chase yield. He bought a wonderful business at a fair price and let the dividends grow. That patience built a money machine. Now, this doesn't mean every dividend grower will become a Coca-Cola. Some will stumble. General Electric was a dividend aristocrat for decades, before slashing its dividend nearly to zero in 2017 and 2018. So how do you tell the difference? 3 things separate sustainable dividend growers from yield traps. First, the payout ratio. This is the percentage of earnings paid as dividends. If a company pays out 90% of its earnings, there's no room for growth. And no cushion if profits dip. Look for payout ratios under 60% for most businesses. Second, earnings growth. Dividends can only grow sustainably if earnings grow. A flat company with a rising dividend is borrowing from its future. Check the 5-year and 10-year earnings trends. Third, the moat. Coca-Cola, Johnson & Johnson, Procter & Gamble, Microsoft. These businesses have durable competitive advantages. Brand power. Network effects. Cost advantages. Without a moat, a high dividend today is just a melting ice cube. Here's the principle to remember. A dividend isn't a number. It's a promise. And like any promise, its value depends on the character of the company making it. Chasing yield is chasing today. Owning growers is owning tomorrow. The investor who buys a 3% yield from a wonderful business will out-earn the investor chasing 8% from a struggling one, almost every single time. Patience compounds. Impatience corrodes. So I'm curious. Have you ever been burned by a high-yield stock that cut its dividend? Or held a dividend grower for 10+ years and watched it transform? Tell me in the comments. I read every one. And if this changed how you think about income investing, hit that subscribe button. Tomorrow, we're tackling something even more controversial: whether buybacks are actually better than dividends. You won't want to miss it. This is educational content, not financial advice. Always do your own research before investing.